had my red light on today because the devil is Summit and I have a fire under my ass to end them. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm just gonna get right into it because I have a lot of things to cover and I feel like this is a video that's going to be pretty long but very much worth it if you go to Drexel or you are thinking about coming to Drexel and you need to figure out a place to live. There's some buildings on campus that are scamming college students into living there. I wish I had somebody who told me this before I moved into the building that I was in because it would have saved me money, it would have saved me energy of having to deal with idiots, and it would have saved me just, my sanity. I just decided if no one else is gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Let's just drop the name at this point. You know what? The Summit at University City. Honestly, there's just a lot of sketchy activity going on, and I decided I'm gonna be the voice for everybody here. There's 3 buildings on campus that are basically considered off-campus living, but they're on campus, and that's part of the perk, and I think a reason that a lot of college students decide to live there because of the convenience. So these buildings are Chestnut Square, University Crossings, also known as U-Cross, and the Summit. There's a lot of issues, and if you don't know, these 3 buildings all fall under the management of American Campus Communities. So they're 3 different buildings, but they're run by the same people. And American Campus Communities is not only at Drexel, a lot of different other locations around the world. I don't really know, but I'm going to pull out my trusty laptop here. I asked a bunch of people on my Instagram their experiences as well. I'm only one person. The list for me alone is long, and I wanted to hear what other people had to say. I'm gonna just start off with my personal issues with Summit. So basically, when I was deciding to move, I used to live in another apartment building, and I was just like, I want to live with friends, but like as you would. And the Summit is literally directly on campus. There's a bunch of things attached to it, like Chipotle, Starbucks. It's in walking distance of Wawa, 7-Eleven. It's literally right in front of where my classes are. It seems perfect, and that's the problem. They make it seem like this perfect building, and you go on this tour, and it's amazing. I literally posted on my Finsta, like, can't wait to live in this amazing apartment building. If I only freaking knew. So I created a list here of just some of the issues that I personally had. Let's start with the flood. There was this huge flood that happened. This was like in the winter time. The entire bottom floors flooded. They had to literally have students evacuate and put them up in a hotel. I personally wasn't on those floors. I was up on a higher floor. I lived on the 18th floor. This did affect the building. The pipes were frozen, I guess, and it bursted. Okay, so if I was to look at it as, oh, this was an issue they couldn't have fixed and blah, 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 whatever. It's what they did after the fact. When I was walking out of the building, I am not kidding you, they were literally painting white paint over the water damage. That's literally not how you properly fix something. You can't just paint something and pretend that it's all okay. So that was really gross, and honestly, I don't know. It took them forever to fix it too. Our study lounge in the building where people can go and print and get their work done was closed for a while there. And I guess that takes me into another thing of I don't know why the entire last 2 quarters, the printers didn't work. There, you have to use your own paper, whatever, and you have to connect to the computers. Those were not working for the longest time, so I had to go down to the office and be like, can you print something for me? And I remember this girl was like, you need to bring your own paper. I'm like, girl, first of all, the paper you were giving me was see-through. It was literally a piece of shit, but whatever. Because first of all, I ran out of printer ink, and I was like, I'm not gonna buy some new if I can print for free here. Going down printing my things, I'm like, so when is it gonna get fixed? They're like, oh, the printer's not broken, you just can't connect to the Wi-Fi. So get it fixed. That's why there's maintenance people in the building. You get it fixed. I just feel like they never fix any type of issue. It's literally just okay. I guess they do not have more than 1 brain cell, so that's just that. Those issues, though, are very minor, and they're really nothing compared to the things that this building has done wrong. I mean, okay, a flood in a printer. It sucks, but you gotta get over it. The things that annoy me is that they're very money hungry. They do not care who they have to stomp on. They do not care that we're college students. And this is the thing. That's a key word. They don't care that we're college students. They do not listen to you if you are voicing your opinion or you're asking them to fix something. They literally don't care. The only time that they have ever taken me seriously is if I got my mom involved. They literally realize that college students, this is their first time away from home, or they're in a new experience, and sometimes people just want to get it done. They don't care about fighting it. They don't care about trying to make it right. They just are like, okay, I guess this is how it goes. But you can't be stomped all over. And that's the thing. I've continuously fought them with everything that they've done wrong with me. And guess what? I always win in the end. So there's that. They have a lot of issues for some reason with pairing people with their roommates. In the summer when I was moving in, I couldn't get with the roommate I wanted, so I had to live in a different room and then move again in the fall. It was kind of ridiculous. I didn't really understand. I've known of several people who have gotten their roommate situations messed up and they really don't do anything to fix it. So there's that. When I moved into my room, also, they didn't clean it. They didn't do anything. I had to sign a paper to be able to get into my room that I wanted and be like, I can just move in and it's just like, you know, whatever. But the thing is when I was moving from the first apartment that I was into, the Summit, they basically put me on bedside B. And when I got to my room, my roommate had already lived there and she was on the side that I was supposed to live in. So I was like, hey, can you guys like make sure you fix it so that I'm on bedside A, for reasons of like signing people in or like whatever, you know, you need to be accountable for your stuff. That took a while for them to fix. And then when I moved out of that room into my new room, they charged me for her bedside because they thought I was still living on that side. Are you kidding me? I was like, no. I was like, I literally was not living on that side. I don't know what your problem is. Literally just fix it. I told you that I'm on bedside A now. They just do not listen, and that is the thing. And the thing is that the people working there are college students themselves, and that is not an issue. But when I'm asking to speak to management, I want to speak to somebody who is running the building. I do not want to talk to someone my age who's working there as a part-time job. On top of the mischarges of my room side, I was mischarged for lockout fees more times than I can even like count. I would literally go into the building at nighttime. I would go to scan my key in because you have to scan your key in. It would just not work. Or it would like, I would get past, it wouldn't work in the elevator and then I had to go back, or I would get all the way upstairs and it wouldn't work in my bedroom door. Now, if you live in any of these buildings, you know that a lockout fee is supposed to be like you forget your key and you're locked out of the building and then someone has to come and get you and like whatever. No, I had my key, I was just locked out because you guys decided to make it stop working. Basically, if your roommate gets a new key, you have to also get a new key for some reason because they reprogram it. But nobody ever emailed me, nobody ever called me, nobody ever told me, and so I would just, my key would stop working. I think they had tried to charge me about $75 for a lockout fee multiple times. And I was like, absolutely not, this was not my fault. And then they were trying to pin it on me and be like, well, like, you know, I'm like, no, that's not what we're gonna do, because guess what? It's your fault that no one contacted me. You think I wouldn't have gotten this fixed? Multiple occasions where this happened while I was on co-op. So I would be getting home from New York because I commuted every single day. I would get home from New York late at night and then I would just want to go up to my room and guess what? I was locked out. It was absolutely a joke. They have a problem with miscommunication. They never want to get back to your emails. And that gets into another thing. They would lose emails constantly. I would email, my mom would email literally several times and then they're just like, oh, we never got it. It is a literal joke and nobody ever gets back to you. Or if they do, it's some half-ass answer of them just trying to say something for you to shut up. Guess what? I'm not gonna shut up because I'm paying too much money for you guys to just not listen, to not fix anything. Here we go again, into another thing. Maintenance. Nothing was ever really properly fixed. You know, I've had several maintenance issues. I lived with a broken mirror the entire year. Me and my roommate's bathtub started flooding because it wouldn't drain and we tried to get it fixed and they half-assed fixed it and it didn't drain anyway. Sorry if that just shifted. I had to adjust because I was sitting on my feet to like be raised up and my feet are falling asleep. This is gonna be a long one, so I'm like, I can't. Thing is, it's like money is money, and at the end of the day, like I don't have like all this money to just throw away at this building. They've held $300 on my account for about half a year for no reason. It took about a couple months for them to even refund it to me before I moved out. $300 is a lot of money. It never even went to my rent. It literally just sat in my account and I was just like, what is this? And we talked to them about it and they're like, oh yeah, okay, well, you know, it's probably gonna take you like 4 to 6 weeks, and then that 4 to 6 weeks turns into longer. It's just like ridiculous. Just give me my goddamn check. Run me my check. The management there too, like, you know, it's run by a lot of college students, but the management of people who like aren't college students, whatever, they're morons. They never want to talk to you. There's been several instances where I'm like, can I talk to XYZ? And they're like, oh, they're in a meeting. They're not here. I know they're sitting in the back doing God knows what, because they're obviously not properly running the building. They're not doing their job. So like, what are they doing? Like eating a goddamn sandwich? I don't know. It's honestly frustrating. It's just, that's the word, frustration. It makes you tired. Like when we signed our lease, I have never in my life experienced something like this. I'll insert a video. I'm telling you, the line to sign a lease in any of these places, you are wrapped around the goddamn building. You are literally in there for hours. I got to my lease signing like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. and didn't sign a lease until the morning. And I was there for several hours just waiting and waiting. And the thing is like whenever they started, everyone literally just ran to the front, and it was like a concert. I was literally like, I was camping for a concert. There was no organization, nothing. And for what? They're prying on college students. They just want your money, and they don't care who they have to stomp on, who they have to spit on, who they have to steal money from to be able to do it. And this is the thing, it's gonna keep happening because of the location, because of the fact that they're associated to Drexel, the fact that they're just like, you look at this and you're like, whoa, it couldn't get much better than this. They're right on campus. This is the thing, guys. Look for housing elsewhere. If you're a couple blocks away from campus, who cares? I'd rather be off campus anyway. I don't care. But here's the thing, there's so many other locations that you could live and find for even cheaper. I was paying $900 a month to live in this disgusting building, when now I have my own space, I have a big living room, I have a full-size kitchen, because at the Summit, guess what? We don't even have a stove. We have to use a hot plate. And I'm paying $800 a month plus utilities. I'm literally paying less for so much more, and I'm literally only a couple blocks away from campus. So, and you know, on top of the move-in, it's like the move-out. Move-out is even worse, because guess what? There's no carts. There's no carts. I literally had to carry my stuff. If you saw my moving day vlog, you would know, like, literally I had to hand carry things until I finally finessed a cart, because for some reason in a building of 24 floors, they decided that like 2 carts is good enough for everybody. Move out week. It's like, are you kidding me? What does not make you think, maybe we need maybe more than 5 carts for people to move out? It's literally a joke. The elevators never worked in this building. Literally like 1 elevator would be operating. Sometimes if we're lucky, maybe 2. What am I paying for? Because you guys literally don't know how to run a building. Should we talk about the several power outages? They would email us, there's gonna be a power outage. It would never happen. Or there would be a power outage and like it would just last forever, no one knew. On terms of packages would get lost. There was a girl whose passport got lost in the mail, because for some reason they cannot keep track of their mail. Several people's mail got lost. They would put it in the wrong mailboxes. Packages just would be missing, and it's like, what? I understand there's a lot of tenants. This is something as a building that's your responsibility. This girl literally put signs up around the building, like, if you see a passport, please give it to me. I'm going on vacation in like a week. It's things like that. Like, that is serious. On top of the lost packages, they would open the mail. That is just keyword illegal. You can't do that. My roommate, her packages would be open, her mail would be open. My other friend, mail open, like literally just like the envelope was open. And what's the excuse? My roommate had called them out on it. Was like, why was this opened? They're like, oh, it was like USPS, like it was like the mail people. In my 22 years of living, the mail people have never opened my mail. You literally just cannot open people's mail. That's like brain cell 1, like you just can't. And as a building, I wouldn't put it past them. That's something to be very cautious about if you do live there. A package would deliver, and then if you're lucky, the next day you'll get a confirmation. It says delivered, and they didn't send you a text saying like, your package has been received, you can go get it. There was an instance with my one friend who she needed a package. She literally needed this package the day she got it, and she was like, hey, like this is delivered. Is there any way that I can possibly get my package early? And they're like, yeah, come back in an hour. She's like, well, I can't, I'm like at work. So she was able to have them give it to somebody else. She got the approval, and he showed up to go get this package, and they're still like not working with him here. And he's like, hello. My friend came back after work, I think it was, and went to the office, and it was after hours, but there was somebody in the office, and he was just sitting there. The lights were on, he was at the desk, like literally looks like he's getting work done. So she knocks on the door, he comes over, and she's like saying the situation. He goes, yeah, it's like after hours, I don't know what you're doing. I'm trying to get my homework done, and I don't know why you're here. Like, she's like, well, why are you, like, you're sitting in the, like, why are you doing your homework in the office, first of all, buddy? Like you said, it's after hours, so I don't know why you're sitting here with all this information of the tenants. Whether you work here or not, it's just kind of like weird and it doesn't make any sense. Go to the fucking study lounge. Isn't that what it's for? But oh, it doesn't fucking work. So what else is new? At the end, he just slammed the door on her face. Just as a human, that's rude. You don't just slam a door in someone's face. And as someone working there, you're obviously, you know, in your uniform. You are in the office, so you're presenting yourself as the summit. Guess what you do? You just slam the goddamn door in her face, and it's just rude, and it shows that they do not give a shit about anyone who lives there. If you live there or you've lived there, you understand what I'm trying to say, because we've all been there. I have never met someone who's like, I love it there. I've had such a great experience there. It's the best building ever. Every single person I talked to was like, this place is shit. It smells like shit. It looks like shit. We live in shit. The fact that anyone I've ever talked to is not having it there. Like, it's adding up, and it's getting to the point where it's like, does Drexel care? Your students are literally being taken advantage of. It's all about money in these people's eyes, and it's ridiculous. Also, while living there, random alarms would go off. It's weird because it's not like a fire alarm or anything. It would be a voice on a speaker being like, there is a emergency in the building. Please stay where you are. It's like, okay, is there a fire? Like, is there any, like, if there's something going on, I feel like the best thing is to evacuate unless there's like an intruder. But there was never any form of, this is what you do. If there's a drill, this is like where you go. There was none of that. It's just like, stay in your room. It would literally just be random hours of the day. If there's an emergency, I'm getting my ass out of here. I'm not fucking risking it, because guess what? If you guys are just painting over water damage, I don't know the safety of this building, and I'm getting out of here. And there was one time when I was closing my blinds and the entire thing fell out and nearly knocked me out unconscious. And then when the maintenance people came, she was like, this was not even securely in the wall, and that's why it fell. It literally was not even properly put in. There would be cracks in the ceiling. There would be cracks on the walls, paint chips every fucking where. I genuinely don't believe that they clean the rooms whenever we go into it. My friend who just moved into another room in Ucross walked in, dirt everywhere, crumbs everywhere, shit on the fucking cabinets. You guys are like, if you don't clean, you're gonna get charged. It's like, you want us to clean really well because you guys aren't gonna do it yourself. And unless you're signing something like I did, where it's like, okay, like, you can't go into a cleaned room. That's like my decision personally. But like, if somebody else is, you know, supposed to be moving into a new building, you would think it would be cleaned, but it's not. It's just disgusting. One of the major things that happened to me was, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen my story and my little rant, which basically was, I knew I wanted to make this video, but this situation just propelled me even more. Basically, within my lease, it was like September to August, so I wouldn't pay that next September, you know, even though the move out was September 8th, you don't pay that month. I'm at work, I'm just, you know, minding my own business as I do. I get a text from my mom. The summit took out $900 from your bank account. So on top of all the mischarges, now you're gonna charge me for rent. First of all, you guys illegally went into my bank account and took out money that you guys did not have the right to. It was not within our lease. And I was just like flabbergasted that these dumbasses would even think to try me one more time. So my bank account went into negative $500 because guess what? I'm not made of money. They had no right to do that. My mom had emailed the bookkeeper, fucking whatever her name is, dumbest bitch I know, and was like, my daughter will not be paying this. I don't know why you guys did this. You guys literally illegally took money. It blew my mind. They weren't answering emails, and I knew they wouldn't, and if I don't say something, they're not gonna do anything, and they're just gonna keep that money. Not on my watch, idiots. The next morning before work, I went in bright and early. There was a girl too there who was trying to move in and having issues. I made it a point to be very loud so this girl could hear me, so she knew what she was gonna get herself into for the next year. She goes in, hi, what can I help you with today? I go, I would like to discuss why you illegally took money from my bank account. Bottom line, cut and dry, I just want to know. She's like, huh? What? I was like, yeah, you guys took $900 when it's not in the lease, and like, I was literally just sitting there calling them out. I want to talk to somebody, like, I don't get it, and I want my money now, I want my check, grant me my check once again. And I was like, I'm not trying to take this out on you, because again, it's a college student, this isn't her fault, like, this is just her job, but like, I'm like, frustrated at this point. First, they were like, oh, we can do what they did with the $300 that they held. They're like, we can give it to you in 4 to 6 weeks. I go, no, absolutely not. We're not gonna wait 4 to 6 weeks. And I said in my story, we're waiting 4 to 6 seconds because $900 is a lot of money and I am not playing around. I can go talk to the bookkeeper, see what we can do about this. And I was like, okay. So then she goes to the back and she's like, the bookkeeper says that we can do 30 days. Girl, first of all, isn't that the same thing as 4 to 6 weeks? But like, alrighty. And I go, no. Absolutely not. So I call my mom, I'm telling her the situation. So then my mom gets on the phone with her, and my mom's like, I'm gonna talk to the bookkeeper. And the bookkeeper is refusing to come out and talk either to my mom or myself. I think it is absolutely ridiculous. $900 is a lot of money, okay? And the fact that this person just wants to sit back there doing God knows what, she's not doing anything, let's be honest. They're trying to paint it on me now, and they're like, well, she should have turned off her automatic deposit, because I had direct deposit like just on, so that whenever my rent could come, it would just like be taken out. Well, you know, it's kind of common sense. If I don't live here anymore and the lease is up, you don't take the money from my bank account. Fucking bookkeeper bitch finally answers my mom in an email like the next day and was like, again, trying to paint it on me. If you want to know what happens, they didn't do anything, but whenever I left that little situation, I literally just stood up and I said, I've never lived somewhere worse. I've never lived somewhere where they treat the tenants so badly. One of your employees slammed the door in my friend's face. There's no respect in this building, and I am so sorry that you guys work here. And I just left. The girl's face, literally her jaw was dropped. As it should be, because you know what, I really feel bad that these people are working there and putting their energy towards this building that is literally a dumpster. So that's everything that's personally happened to me, and this has already been 35 minutes of me filming. Let's get into what happened to other people. So I posted on my Instagram story and I said, currently in the process of making a YouTube video, I just want to know everyone's experiences. So people reached out to me after I posted this on my Instagram story and they gave me their experiences, and I honestly was flabbergasted. For university crossings, I personally don't know. I only had one friend who lived there, and I don't know any situations that were like out of this world. Like if you've lived there and had a serious issue, like comment down below. But like I feel like everyone who's messaged me was kind of about the Summit or U-Cross, because I feel like those are the two that like a lot of people I know live in. But as for U-Cross, you know, should we go into the rat infestation? My friends had mice in their apartment. And there was an instance where I was sitting on the floor tying my shoe. I look up, I see a dead mouse in a mouse trap. And when they went to go talk to the building about the issue, when they first had seen it, they said, you have to deal with it yourself. It's not my fault you guys have mice, but okay. There was a hole in their back water heater. There was a hole where the mice could come in. We named her Minnie. She had a name, the house pet, basically. But there wasn't one, there were several, and they were, I guess, having a play date. And so they had to get mice traps, and when they would die, they would have to throw them out in the trash. That should say enough. Proper way of going about it, and they should have fixed it, you know, and to just be like, you guys have to figure it out on your own. I'm keeping the people that told me their experiences anonymous because I feel like I don't want to put anyone on blast. So the first one, last year I paid $250 to stay an extra 2 weeks so I could transfer units. They got paint on all my stuff, left trash all over the counter, put like a trash can on top of my counter, put all the chairs, dining room chairs, into my bedroom, and pushed all the furniture against one side of my bedroom and living room. I waited a day because I was like, maybe they will come up and fix and clean up the stuff. No, I complained, and they kept making excuses, and I said I wanted my transfer fee back. They said it will take 1 week. I emailed the bookkeeper many times, but she said no issue, and when I went to the office, she refused to come out and talk to me. Another, like, bitch, come out, show your goddamn face, stop being a coward, because this is people's money, this is people's time, and their energy that they have to put in, and you are too much of a coward sitting back there who fucking knows doing what, because you're not doing your job. And I'm calling you out on it because I'm sick of it. After 4 months of annoying them, I got $220 back instead of the $250. Also, they had plumbing issue on my floor above my roommate's room, and over a weekend when he wasn't there, all the water came into the room from the floor above. The whole room smelled like mold because of the dirty water. It was soaking into the floor past week. My roommate had to throw out everything under his bed, and they never reimbursed him or changed the rug in his room. Only bought a fan to help dry the area. Rent over, but yeah, it's trash building. Thank God I'm out now. Yeah, so again, they do not know how to fix water damage. They're like, here's a fan and a fucking bottle of paint. Let's fix it. The building is not in proper conditions, and they're gonna continuously get away with it because they're getting all this money. Who knows where it's going, because they obviously aren't paying their maintenance team enough. This is another issue. Like, the transfer fee, this room fee thing, it is sketchy. Because here's another one. They really tried to claim I never paid an extra $250 to help move in early, and have the movers help me. And then when move-in day came, they never assisted me in the move and didn't refund me. Plus the many, many work orders I had to put in to get things fixed, the attitude I got in return, my microwave caught on fire because they didn't fix it properly, and my apartment almost burned down, etc. Like I said earlier, they do not fix the things that you ask them to fix. And honestly, okay, if it's a minor thing, like, I guess I'm gonna have to fucking live with it. It's annoying, but like, our microwave caught on fire. Are we gonna burn down the building? God, I wish we would, but like, we're not going to. I don't know why there's such an attitude. I've had several times where I've went in to ask simple questions. eye rolls, attitude. I get it. You don't want to be here. Neither do I. But like, honestly, it's a matter of treating people with respect. It's a matter of having the decency as a human to treat other people with kindness. Another person said, you should bitch on my behalf about how they only let 200 people move within Summit. Like, I'm in a room now and they charge the first 200 people $250 to have their shit moved to a new room in the same building. Yeah, like, that does not make sense to me. And then the fact that, like, oh, I'm gonna pay this, and then you guys aren't even gonna, like, do what you say or say that. You lost the money. I'm sure you lost the money, dumbass. If that shifted, sorry, I had to check on my phone to make sure I had all this stuff. Let's talk about renewals. Another person told me, this is one of my good friends, and I remember this happening. They renewed my lease for me, even though I said, no, I'm not interested. They had renewed her lease without her knowledge. She was like, huh? I'm not living here, because also they kept calling us and they're like, we want you to renew your lease. Like, don't want to fucking renew my lease. I would rather live in a box with fucking like termites. It's basically the same thing. And they renewed her lease and she was like, huh? Every time that you guys have called me, I've said stop calling me, take me off your phone list. I don't know how they even can get away with doing things like that. Yeah, but she fought it, she got it fixed. But like, either way, it's like, how can you guys be that dumb? How are you that dumb? A lot of these situations are bad, obviously. You shouldn't live there. There should be enough reason for you not to live there. Whether my thoughts have gotten through in an organized manner or not, because I feel like it's very jumbled, because there's so many different instances where sometimes it just like, it's a lot to process or organize. There's one more situation that I was told that I think stands out to me. It's the most disgusting to me, and it makes me literally physically ill. I'm just gonna read it and let you understand. One of our random roommates that got assigned to our unit after person we originally lived with went on co-op, called another kid in our unit the F word. The F word as in the gay slur. I'm not saying that word. Told Summit and they said they couldn't do anything about it. Would need to find someone to take the lease and pay a $350 release fee. When I literally read that, it made me want to throw up. I would rather you take my money, take my energy, take my integrity, whatever. I would rather you do all that things than rather this. This is disgusting. Do you understand that this is just discrimination at this point? That is the comfort of somebody living there. You are taking someone's safety and you're just like, you can pay $350. Do you understand the world that we live in today? Whether this person was joking or being funny, which let me tell you something, when you're fucking with things like that, it's not funny. It's not your word to say, first of all. It's just wrong. It's wrong. And when you fuck with the LGBT, fuck you. Whether it's race, it's religion, gender, sexuality, you should not feel unsafe in the place that you are living. I would rather them take my $900 and keep it. At this point, it's disgusting and it's homophobic. So what do you gotta say to that? Because I think it's gross. They got called this, word that's really hurtful and honestly very damaging and whatever. Pay $350. So $350 is your price for somebody's safety. I'm really glad. Let's give it up. Give it up. Let's give it up. Woohoo! I mean, you see the world we live in today, and whether they thought they were being funny or whatever, it's not. It's disgusting. You never know what people can do. And it's sad and it's gross and it's horrible to say, but you never know what people will do. And that's just the world we live in. And for them to just sit there and allow this behavior because they need a price tag to jingle over it for something to get done, it's gross. It boils my blood. It literally makes me ill. Like, you're just gonna let somebody say that? You're gonna let someone say that word that has years of hatred behind it? It's just not a word that should come out of somebody's mouth if it's not their word to use. You're literally just being hateful. Fuck the person who said that, first of all. This building doesn't care. They do not care about your safety. They do not care about your well-being. They do not care if you're living in a safe environment, a comfortable environment. They want your money. I urge every single person who is watching this video to think twice before you sign a lease. You sign your life away, because these people are gross. Fucking disgusting, honestly. It's literally disgusting. That's all I can say. I'll be posting this video, ending them for what they are. Pile of dump shit. Do your research. Go on apartments.com. That's literally where I think I found this apartment. Do whatever you have to do. This is the thing. I feel like, college students are like, oh, here we go. I'll just sign, whatever. It's convenient. It's worth it to look a little bit off of campus, a little bit of a walk. My walk to campus is like 5 minutes. I'm paying less. I have more space, have my own room compared to there where it was like, okay, the location is convenient, but what's it worth? Is it worth mischarged fees? Is it worth mice? Is it worth floods? Is it worth bad management system, opened mail? Is it worth straight up discrimination? Is it worth hatred? No, it's not. So I just would really urge you to double think. If you're a freshman who's going into sophomore year and you need somewhere to live that is not a dorm, Seriously, do your research. I'm begging you. I'm literally begging you. I don't want this for you. I do not want anyone to have to go through what I went through or anybody else went through. It's gross. American campus communities, you need to do better. You need to do better for yourselves. You need to do better for the people that live there. And this is the thing that bugs me. I'm going to make this video. You guys can hear me out as much as you want, but at the end of the day, will something change? I don't know, because I don't think they care. If they can allow open homophobia within their walls, then I really don't think that they really care. They don't care about the people who sign their lease. They're like, oh, yeah, another fucking one. The money is right here. Like, they see you and they see a price tag within your face. They don't see who you are. I'm not asking for, like, you know, the best building ever. Like, I get it. I'm on campus, whatever. But God, the bar is at the floor and you guys can't even reach that. There's so many places in Philadelphia that you can live that are beautiful, that are nice, new, modern, that have space and are good. Like, you don't need to live there. Don't live there. Don't live there. Oh my God. That last one just literally pisses me off more than anything, just because it's like, ew. I don't know, and it's like, it's not just me who thinks it. It's a lot of people, and it's adding up. I hope you guys heard me. I hope you guys understand. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!